We have heard consumables were coming to mining in Star Citizen for months now, and with the release of Alpha 3.9 to the PTU, we can finally see how they impact the gameplay loop for the first time. Today we will briefly talk about their initial implementation and what they bring to the table. Now I have to start out with a disclaimer. All of the numbers we are going to discuss today are work in progress and are likely to change. We're in the PTU, they may change before 3.9 even goes live. So this video is just an initial introduction of the consumables coming to mining in Star Citizen. Now that that's out of the way, let's jump right into the stats. Starting out, we have the Brant consumable, which lowers instability by 50%, but also lowers your charge rate by 50%, so you mine slower. Its duration is 30 seconds, it has 3 charges, and is 2250 Alpha UEC. This can be used on highly unstable rocks that aren't large in mass or too resistant, because the charge rate will slow you down even more. Next up is the 4L. It bolsters negative 40% resistance, but plus 20 instability. It has a duration of 30 seconds and 3 charges. It's 1950 Alpha UEC, and this can be used on large mass rocks or more resistant rocks that aren't incredibly unstable. The more unstable the rocks are, adding this additional instability is going to cause you problems. Next up is the Torpid. It lowers your resistance by 40%, your charge rate by 50%, has a duration of 30 seconds, 3 charges, and 1400 Alpha UEC. This is very similar to the last consumable, the 4L. It lowers resistance, but with a different debuff. This consumable could be used to lower high resistance rocks that may have slightly higher instability values, as it won't make them any worse. And now for the Lifeline. It has negative 50% shatter damage, a duration of only 10 seconds, comes with 3 charges, and is just 800 Alpha UEC. This can be used in a pinch to prevent damage to your ship if you overcharge, or even to prevent the typical random explosion you get when properly breaking a rock with the Helix laser, as the laser adds an additional 150% shatter damage. Next up is my favorite, the Optimum. It doubles the green zone size, it makes it 100% larger. Its duration is 30 seconds, it has 5 charges, and it comes in at our most expensive 3000 Alpha UEC. This can be used on very small green zone rocks like Quantanium to make dealing with their high instability a little bit easier. It can also be combined with the Helix laser, which slightly raises your green zone, to have a quite large green zone for any rock you decide to mine, which really makes it easy mode. At 600 Alpha UEC per charge, I would still consider using this pretty wisely. The next consumable is the Rime. It lowers your charge window level by 50% and your heat generation by 30%. It happens instantly, it has 5 charges, and it is 1100 Alpha UEC. This consumable is a Lifeline. I honestly think they named the Lifeline consumable wrong, because this one feels more like it than that one. If you overcharge, trigger this consumable and you will instantly drop your rock energy level bar by 50%, saving you a lot of time, a repair bill, and maybe your life. Up next is the Stampede. It bolsters plus 100% charge rate for a duration of 30 seconds, has 5 charges, and is 1400 Alpha UEC. This one could be really used with any rock, but seems more effective on the really large, resistant rocks that take a long time to charge up into the green zone. This seems really only useful for min-maxers trying to keep their hourly rate as high as possible, and with under 300 Alpha UEC per charge, it's a pretty good value. Last and probably least is the Surge. It gives plus 30% charge level, which is instant, plus 200% shatter damage, which lasts for 30 seconds, as well as 100% catastrophic charge rate, so that's when you're in the red zone, for 30 seconds. So its duration is instant for the charge level, and the debuffs are 30 seconds, 5 charges, and 1400 Alpha UEC. I honestly don't see the point of this. Perhaps the only reason to grab it would be if you have volatile cargo in your ship, and you want to mine one more rock slightly faster so you can get to port. But this guy by far has the coolest special effect on it. Also, it's really important to note that not much has changed to the new mining heads since they were implemented. But it's important to see how many of these consumables can fit on each one for the sake of this video. So for the mining laser stats, the Arbor, which is the stock on both the Prospector and the Mole, still has no consumable slots. The Helix bolsters 3. The Hofstede has only 1, the Lancet also has 3, the Impact offers 2, and the Klein has but 1. It's also very important to note that rented ships you cannot add the consumables to, which is kind of unfortunate. I was really hoping that these would kind of add some value to rented ships so you can maybe use them a little bit more effectively and enjoy mining to some degree. And again, it's only day 3 with these guys, so I plan on spending a lot more time with them through the PTU, and you can expect another video to discuss them in a lot more detail. So if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get more notifications on when I do videos. But lastly, I just want to touch on the fact that you can combine the power of these lasers, but what you cannot do is use them at the same time on the same laser. So if you want to do any combination of these lasers, you're going to have either some friends in the turrets of your Argo Mole or some friends in other prospectors. And you're going to use your consumable at the same time and see how you can synergize some of these consumables along with some of the mining laser heads. It's very cool. We did a little experiment today with the Optimum, which I'm calling now the OP-timum because it's so good. If you put multiple Optimums on a rock, basically the entire charge window is a green zone, and all you have to do is raise the power and you win. So it's a little bit too easy right now. Again, this is just the PTU, and I think some of this stuff is going to get balanced, so that's why I put the disclaimer at the beginning. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it with this video. I really hope you enjoyed our little brief look at the mining consumables. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment below and let me know how you're going to use these consumables and if you've enjoyed them so far. And with that said, guys, everyone be safe, have a great one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.